Is fake talk keeping you up at night? Whether you're the CEO, a manager of a team, a coworker, a spouse, a parent, your lack of understanding communication principles, skills, or processes keeps you from having the conversations you know you need to have, so you engage in fake talk. It's just easier to avoid everything we think is difficult and do what's easier for us. At work, you likely deal with people who are unreliable, uncooperative, or even unskilled, and who consume enormous amounts of time and energy. You spend hours talking and talking with them, and nothing seems to change. So rather than continuing to engage with them, you give the work to someone who will perform, or you do it yourself, and frustration continues to mount. You have a conversation thinking the issue is resolved, and then you have the same conversation over and over and over again, which leads to wasted energy because nothing ever changes. You know, when there's issues, no one ever feels comfortable enough to talk about them or even disagree. It's just easier to go along to get along rather than discuss the real issue. Micromanagement, intimidation, verbal and nonverbal cues often cause people to shut down. They say yes with their lips while their heads, hearts, and hands say no. People fear speaking up. They'd rather be safe than sorry. When no one is held accountable, deadlines are missed, commitments are broken, skepticism and cynicism abound, and everyone blames someone else, which leads to disrespect and mistrust. Even though we know what keeps us up at night, we often avoid talking about such issues, or we fear the outcome of the unknown. So it's just easier to turn a deaf ear and hope things will go away or fix itself. What all your frustrations have in common is that they all deal with you and your interactions with others. These frustrations do not happen in a vacuum. The hard reality is you contribute to your own frustration. So what kind of conversations should you hold? Instead of engaging in fake talk, you should hold real conversations that create change and get results. People who engage in real conversations not only understand one another, they come away feeling valued and respected. Behaviors and relationships are transformed for the positive, and something actually gets done when you engage in conversations that are open, insightful, encouraging, and complimentary. Check up on the quality of your conversations and answer these 3 simple questions. How do my conversations impact the quality of my results? How would I describe the quality of the relationships that I have? Is respect one of the hallmarks of how I treat others or how they treat me? If you answered any of these questions with any degree of negativity, know that you can learn the principles, processes, and skills for overcoming fake talk and hold real conversations that create respect, build relationships, and get the results that you desire. Look for the book, Overcoming Fake Talk: How to Hold Real Conversations that Create Respect, Build Relationships, and Get Results. Available at fine booksellers everywhere.